welcome back to my channel. I am Bobby, just a chick budgets, and today we're going to be doing the Motivational Hop, brought to you by Donna, powered by creativity. So we're doing Motivational May, and we're going to be talking about motivational things. Things to keep you motivated and throw positivity all over YouTube. So today is me. Yesterday was Jeanette's journey. And then Monday is Frugality is Life. We're doing these on the opposite days of the Village Hop. So the days that aren't filled in is when the Village Hop is. So if that's something you want to see, then let's do this. Okay, so May is, this printout was made by Donna, powered by creativity. It's mindset, motivation, and mindfulness. And I'm going to talk about how all these affect me. So there are 5 R's of mindfulness. The 5 R's of I'm sorry, sometimes I can't speak correctly. The 5 R's of mindfulness are a framework for practicing mindfulness in everyday life. They are recognize, relax, review, respond, and return. Number 1, recognize. Become aware of your thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations in the present moment. This involves acknowledging both pleasant and unpleasant experiences without judgment. Relax. Find ways to slow down and connect with your breath. This can involve deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or simply taking a few minutes to pause and observe your physical sensations. I pause a lot. Review. Gently examine your options and responses to a situation. Consider what you can control and what you cannot, and practice letting go of things outside of your influence. 4 is respond. Respond from your inner wisdom and compassion rather than from reactivity or fear. Let go of worry about the past or future outcomes. I have a really hard time with that. Return. Continuously bring your awareness back to the present moment when your mind wanders. This requires a gentle and persistent effort to stay grounded in the here and now. So we are filling out a questionnaire and giving you our responses to that and talking about it for a little bit. So May is all about mindset, motivation, and mindfulness. Thank you for joining me in all these amazing channels in the month of May. Our collective goal is to get us all in the zone of positivity. We've got to get in that zone because, this isn't even a frame. I'm so sorry. The meaning, so mindset. And again, you can get this over on Donna's website at donnapoweredbycreativity.com. And it is free. So the first thing we're going to talk about is mindset. The meaning of mindset refers to an individual's belief and attitude to events, people, or circumstances in their life. Mindset factors into personality by having power of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors of an individual. So how do you set your mindset for success? And you're probably not going to be able to read my writing because I was scribbling this while I was in bed, thinking about it as the thoughts were coming to me. So how do you set your mindset for success? I remind myself I am worthy of success and shut down that inner voice that tells me I am going to fail, then work my hiney off. I have this inner voice that's always telling me, like, right when I get close to success, oh, you're not going to do it. So I self-sabotage. But I am telling myself, you're worthy of the success. You are going to pay off that debt. You are going to rock your job and make it the best, make that day center the best it's ever going to be. And I have to keep telling myself that. Otherwise, I'm going to self-sabotage. And that could be just quitting, not my job, but just quitting, like, saving or stuff like that. And that's why I'm thankful I started my YouTube channel back up again, because I have to be there. I have to be present. I'm not going to let myself down. I'm going to just keep chipping away on those savings challenges and doing my debt and paying it down. What behaviors do I have towards money? Right now, it's pretty good. I still have days where I want to spend and save, beep it, but I don't. I give myself spending money to where if I wanted to get something, I can. And if I don't use it, then I don't use it. But it's always in the budget, because I know myself. If I limit myself and say, no, you're not spending, and don't carve out those few dollars for myself, I'm not going to do it. So I make sure I have, a plan in place. How does your mindset impact your day? I always smile. It makes my day go better and influences the people around me to have a better day also. I know if I go into work and bring all my outside stuff in, we're not going to have a good day. But if I leave everything at the door and walk in with a smile, this is going to be a great day, we're going to rock it out, then we're going to rock it out 9 times out of 10. So I try my best to put that smile on my face. And even at home where, you're comfortable and you're just like, ugh, I still try to smile and let like, we're going to work this out. It's going to be okay. We got this, What part of me do I want to reinforce? The go-getter and problem solver in me. It's okay to take a moment, but after that moment, get on with it. I don't want to sit and wallow. Is that how you say it? Wallow. I don't want to sit and cook in it, okay, and stew in it. I learned this after my son passed away. There was 6 months I didn't live life, and then I went to counseling. I didn't let my kids live life either. That's another thing. I did not let them live life, and that was not fair to them. But I learned when I wake up, I give myself that 5 minutes to just immerse myself in that grief, and then I went ahead and tackled the day. And that doesn't mean I forgot about him. I forgot about my grief. No, that's still with me 19 years later, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I still miss him, and I still think of him, and I still have that. Grief doesn't leave. Like, it's like, I was told it's like an ocean, which it really is. It comes and it can just bam you right there in the gut. And then there's other times where it's just on the edge and it's, just the little waves, and it's not that tsunami anymore. And that's true. Like, just even driving past the funeral home where he was, it was really hard. It still is. I look over and it's still hard. But I still like to take that moment in the morning of, I got this hanging over me, like that stinking credit card debt, man. But I'm paying that down, like, ugh. But it's okay. I've got a plan. This is what we're doing. I take that 5 minutes and then boom, I'm at it. Where do I see myself in a year and 5 years? I see myself in a better home. I'm sorry. I had tears. I didn't mean, oh Lord, sorry. Where do I see myself in a year and 5 years? In a better home, better relationships with my children, Sunday family dinners, and comfortable in my finances. I have 5 children. They're girls. So that should tell you. We're always button heads. I think it's the girl thing. Because my stepson, we don't ever do that. He's a boy. But we all have very strong personalities, I'm gonna say. But that's where I want to be, and out of debt. I probably should have wrote that in there. Next is, how do you maintain your mindset? I am so sorry. I'm not good at this. How do you maintain your mindset? Music, reevaluating. I'm always reevaluating goals, plans, talking to myself and telling myself, you got that. You got this. Music is my thing. Music, if I need to relax, if I need to come down from being angry, if I just need to clean. Music is always my thing, and it's not always the same music. I'm Gen X, so I can listen to just about anything. I can go from Ice Cube to Florida Georgia Line. It doesn't matter. It's just what I'm in the mood for. 80s rock, 90s hair bands, it's all. I go for it all. And it just like the other day I was upset, so I was blasting corn. I mean, and then when I want to, I'm feeling sad and thinking of my aunt, I play Elton John. It's just, but I'm always reevaluating and telling myself, you got this. Stop worrying about it. You've got a plan. If the plan isn't working, we're just going to try a different way. It's fine. What steps can you take to move towards mindfulness? I need to pause. I make lists and I prioritize. If it's not something that needs done today, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm really not. Like, I want to change my bedroom around, but is that going to happen today? No. It'll probably happen in steps. Like, I'll move one thing over there and then move this thing over there. And then the next day I might do something else. But it's not a priority. A priority is paying my bills, going to work, and making sure the dishes are done. And dinner. I make a list. I can't get to it right now, but whatever I don't get done on that day, I just move it to the next day. And if I don't get it done that day, then I just move it to the next day. But I always have to pause. Take a breath. What are some roadblocks to being motivated? My children, myself, and them stupid emergencies. It's like, as soon as I think I'm getting somewhere, something happens. And it drives me nuts. But again, I take a pause. I jam out to something, make a plan, and bam. But my children, my one child's 28 with 2 children, and she always needs something. And she thinks that I'm her mom, and I'm about to cut her off and tell her, you're an adult, you have a job, figure it out. I can give you advice, but I'm just not bailing you out anymore. And that it's my fault she's like that. And I'm not gonna lie, it's my fault. I always just rescued her, and I didn't realize what it was gonna do in the end, and because she has children. But what am I teaching her to teach her children? Oh, mommy's always gonna bail you out. No, Mimi's always gonna bail you out. That's not a good way to live, and that's not a good strategy for life. So we're gonna work on that. But that just brings me down. And myself, like, I have self-doubt. I overthink, I'm critical of myself. And sometimes I tell myself I can't do something and I need to stop it. Do you have personal, financial, and family motivations? Personal, I kind of left that blank. Financial, being debt-free. Family, better family relationships with my children. And I already talked about that a little bit ago. But that motivates me, like us having our conversations on FaceTime and, making plans to spend time together and stuff like that. Personal, I guess lose weight because I'm diabetic and I have been, and stay on the right track and get my A1C down and stuff like that. That would be, I'm motivated to get healthy because I want to still be here for my family. Do you have a support system? I really don't. I'm always the one fixing everything. Like, and I was talking to my daughter last night. My she's 20, she's still at home. But we were talking last night, and I was like, she was asking me these questions. She's seen the paper, and I hadn't filled it out not last night, the night before, and I hadn't filled it out yet because I was still thinking. And she's like, but Mom, like, you fix everything. And I was like, but Michaela, I would like somebody to fix something for me for once. Do you know how stressful that is? And she's like, oh, I just took it for granted you knew everything. I'm like, what? I know nothing. I just said sometimes mommy needs support. But yeah, it kind of clicked with her, like, oh, I didn't realize it. And that again goes back to, I always fix everything for my kids and I've got to stop. How do you motivate others? I'm a cheerleader. I will go rah, rah, rah. I will rah, rah, rah the crap out of you. because I believe you can do anything you set your mind to, and I will help you figure out the steps to do it. I will. I am a problem solver. If it's a puzzle, I'm on it. I love to figure out puzzles. That's why I didn't figure out I wasn't a detective or something, or see what some people FBI. Because I really love doing that kind of stuff, like research and stuff like that. I love it. Like, we're going to figure this out. The next is mindfulness. And mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware of your current experience without overreacting or getting lost in thoughts. What are my current thoughts and feelings towards finances? I am always checking on them. I feel good about my finances right now. I'm where I feel like I need to be to get the debt paid off. I'm tired from all the overtime, but I'm where I need to be. How am I currently interacting with my finances? Every single day. Sometimes a couple times a day. I check my bank account, my credit card, all my credit card balances to make sure they're where they're supposed to be, and ain't nothing, nobody tried to charge them on there that wasn't me. You know, and I'm always looking at my budget, like, what can I do to make it better? So it's an every single day thing. How can I appreciate the second quarter of my financial journey? A plan that's working. So it's working. My velocity banking credit card style with a twist is working. It is kind of daunting. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know, you pay it down and it goes up a little because I've got my bills on there now, and then it goes up a little, then it comes down, and then it goes up a little. So like the yo-yo effect is kind of like messing with my head a little bit. That's why I like paused for a minute. I don't have a big, my goal is to have that one credit card paid off by June 30th, and it will be. I have no doubt. It will be. It's just, I had to pause for a minute because, you know, that self-doubt and self-sabotage was trying to break through. I was like, nope, I'm just going to stop for a minute. And I did, but I'm back at it next week. I'm not stopping. I just took a moment. What am I grateful for from last quarter? Clarity. When Donna started talking about velocity banking, I started researching it and went to Fantastic, and I went to a bunch of other channels, and you know, was listening to the credit card, you know, because I can't get a HELOC. Obviously, I don't own a home, and I can't get a PLOC because obviously my credit card debt doesn't let me. So after all that research, it was like, oh my gosh, I can get this paid off in like 10 months. Like less than that even. Like, what? So like just the clarity. I did the spreadsheets, I did the pen to paper, I did the calculator, and I did all that. I did 15 different scenarios. Yeah, so like the clarity and the stepping outside of my comfort zone and participating in YouTube hops, lives, etc., like commenting on people and just letting people know me, even if when I do say something it's stupid. I let go of that. I'm not even embarrassed anymore when I'm like, ah. So yeah, I stepped out of that. I met some great people, and I'm really excited about that. What am I most excited about for this quarter? Getting debt paid off and having fun doing it. Interacting with people, cheering them on, seeing people achieve their goals, and just great conversation. You know, I get lost in my YouTube land, and I like doing that. It's just something that's fun for me. Yeah. Next is motivational. Motivational is the drive that influences actions and behaviors rooted in internal and extrinsic, I can't even talk. Extrinsic external factors. Understanding personal motivation can enhance goal-setting perseverance. That is my word for the year. I didn't even notice that earlier. And achievement of meaningful outcomes. What motivates you? My girls. Pep talks with myself, music, making lists and crossing things off that list. I put dinner on my list every night. That's something I know I can achieve. It makes me feel like I can achieve it. You know, it makes me feel like I've done something. And I also put go to work. You know, so I know that's two things I can cross off my list every day. And I prioritize everything. So, I know at least the first 3 things on my list are going to get done. Now, the next 10 things, probably not. But I know at least the first 3 things on my list every day is going to get done. And that motivates me to do more. Music, like I said, music is my thing. I love music. I love all genres. I can go back to like maybe even the 50s and know some of those songs. It's just crazy how much music knowledge I have in my head. What keeps you motivated, knowing that I am going to be debt free, and that will free up approximately $1,000 a month, and I can do away with overtime because I'm tired. But I only got, what is this? May, June, July, August, September, October, 5 more months maybe. But then I have to tackle my loan and my car payment. But I feel like, with the money for my credit cards is freed up, and then my loan, I'm just going to do double payments on it and get it done like boom, 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 I'll be good. What do you do when you lose it? I get loud, say some words that would make a sailor blush. But then again, I say words like that in everyday language. But when I'm mad and I lose it, it gets worse. And so, how do you make a comeback? So these what do you tell yourself? So these kind of go together. Tell myself this is just a roadblock. You are better than what you are projecting. Take a deep breath, throw some music on. And then I tell myself, you are smart, worthy, and capable. Stop dumbing yourself down and have some confidence. And I do that a lot. I'm a very smart person. I'm not tooting my own horn. I mean, knowledge and stuff comes easy to me, and it always has. And like I can read something and know it. I used to, before I had COVID, I had a photographic memory, and I still kind of do. But I can see something once and still remember it. Like, it's like a picture in my mind. And like, after I had COVID, like I had it really bad. And I had that, what's it called? Brain fog, which still is around a little bit sometimes. But, it kind of is like, now it's like a blurry picture, and sometimes I have to concentrate really, really hard to remember something. But I went from that to that, and I'm a smart girl. And I need to act like it and stop dumbing myself down. So how do you find motivation? Seeing the progress I have made and what I have come from, and that's 2 totally different people. I'm not the same Bobby I was a few years ago, and I'm not the same Bobby I was even 6 months ago. So, I've come a long way. I'm going a long way, and yeah. But progress makes me see motivation. And I see a lot of progress. I've made a lot of progress. So, we just take a little bit of here, a little bit of there. Like, I'm not budgeting the same as I did the first time I budgeted. Not at all. I'm not doing cash stuffing. Well, I mean, kind of am, but you don't see it on camera. Like, I take my grocery money out and my spending, and I do smoke and my cigarette money. And, but it's not all these sinking funds. I'm not stuffing all these sinking funds every week. I'm concentrated on debt. I do know if something happens, I can pull out of my savings challenges. Do I want to? Absolutely not. Does it hurt my feelings? Yes, it does. But, we find motivation. We can find motivation on our financial journey through people that we watch and listen to them and their journey, and that inspires and motivates us. So yeah, remember, you got this. You can do this. And I will most definitely cheer you on, because that's what I love to do. So, this was from Donna. These are all the channels participating, and I will also down there will be the link to this and the calendar. So I just want to thank everybody for listening, and everybody that's participating. This is going to be nice. This is nice. See you in my next video, which I do believe is Sunday. Hey. Everybody have a great day and a great weekend. Bye.